So, so man, like, listen, once again, shout out to D Reigns. We got into a nice conversation I'm gonna put out, soon. You know what I'm saying? Once I get everything set up, but we didn't get a chance to go into a lot of stuff, man. Last week, which is I like when shows go like that. I like when they just kind of take itself and go in different places. But I want to talk about. I want to start the segment called Producer Talk, and I just want to. I want to big up. Just kind of talk about some production. We might big up some producers, some great producers. Me and Trim got into a discussion about Timberland and Swizz Beatz. Well, we really get that same. Yes, Walt. The same conversation that we had about Timberland and Swizz Beatz. Me and Trim carried it over to our regular conversation, as we always do. The core room don't stop. It's even on our normal conversation. The core room don't stop. It's in us.
But Clint, he has this. He has the list.
Whatever.
He has the list.
Whatever. But if you check the, I forget my homie's name, but if you check the show, one dude said, "Yo, he's trash. He's the most expensive, or he's the most well-paid trash producer out." That's what he said.
Which one?
He said, "Swizz Beatz." Hold on. Let me get the comment real quick. Hold on. Let me get it real quick. I gotta get in the habit. I gotta get in the habit of reading these comments, man. I promise you, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. Hold up.
Straight belligerent.
This is what he said, dog. This is what he said. Hold up. I'm about to tell you right now. Let me open up my YouTube studio. Let's see. Shout out to the 1,100. Now we had 1,196 subscribers. Shout out to y'all, man. Let's see. Where we at? Where's that comment at? Okay, here we go. Shout out to I think it's called Uberfly. I think his name is it's UBAHFLY. He says that Swizz Beatz is the most successful trash producer of all time.
He said successful trash.
Yeah, he says absolute basura. I heard my boy Chris use that word basura. I never heard it until he said it. I think he said, yeah, he's absolute basura. DMX made it work for him though. I made it work though, but it's because of DMX. That's because he's DMX. Other than that, he says he's the most trash producer of all time.
Wow, that's man.
Hey man, hey, it is what it is. That's what he said. I was like, okay. I mean, I don't co-sign it, but
Look, I'm not. All I'm saying, look, I am not saying that Swizz Beatz is horrible or does not have any skill or anything like that as a producer. He's nice, but like me and Ed was saying on the episode when we was talking about Swizz, to me, this is how I'm going about this, and apparently Ed agreed the same way. I can tell the Swizz Beatz track when I hear it. Like, he has a lot of elements that he uses pretty frequently. I'm not, and that's okay. I mean, that's a signature, but it's like, to me, that's not bad. He's made it work for him, and would I put him in like as far as like a top 10? Yeah, I would give him a top 10, but he's not like, yeah, he got to be a top 5 hip hop producers of all time. To me, no, I don't see that. There's been like a few productions from Swizz Beatz that I could say, okay, yeah, I see the versatility in him. I definitely see, like, he's got some skills and everything like that. But I'm not gonna I can't sit there and say that he's like, like the greatest of all time. To me, in my book, that's just me. Call me wrong or whatever. That's just my thoughts.
I got two questions about them thoughts. Now, one thing is, I do think. Don't you think that Timberland has a cadence to him?
Timberland has a cadence, but this is the thing with Timberland. Timberland has he has the cadence, but he has switched up his cadence quite a few times also to show his versatility. Now, yes, Timberland does have some stuff that you can tell is the signature stuff, but Timberland, to me, he displays a lot more versatility to me than Swizz. That's where I get that.
That's valid. I honestly, I don't think it's bad to have a rhythm too. I honestly don't think, as long as it's good and you can manipulate it to whoever artist you with, or to make the sound dope, I don't think that's a bad thing. Swizz Beatz.
And I it's okay. So my thing to this, me personally, I don't like signatures. That's just it. I don't like signatures. Why I don't like signatures is because when you listen to an album and you hear stuff, it's like when you making an album or you hear an album, you want that to match what's going on with the artist, the theme, and what's going on with what they're doing. That I think that gives a more in-depth experience when you listen to an album. When you listen to an album and you hear a track that you know that's a producer that has a signature sound, the moment I hear that, it's like, oh, that is a single they're trying to go for, a single and trying to get some money. But I like to hear albums where, and there's nothing wrong with working with the same producer. If the producer can change up their style and match give you a different vibe and everything for the theme of the album, you get a great experience. Like, my favorites, and this is going off a little bit away from hip hop, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they do have a particular signatures that they do. They? But they got to. If you listen to their sound and some of their music, I can tell, like, they'll have some chords that they'll use that they have, and they've applied it to different artists, which I like their chord structure that they have, but they have been able to like mask their style where a lot of times you can't even tell it was them. And going back to hip hop, the Neptunes are able to do that. Now, the people weren't using the Neptunes how they really are how talented that group is. Everybody wanted to go to that sound they had, but they were really underutilizing the Neptunes. Neptunes is a really dope production team, and they are very versatile.
Let me tell you, staying on Neptunes,
what's up?
I did not know that Neptunes did LL Cool J's "This Is For My Number One." That joint, I did not know that was Neptunes.
Did you see how they changed it?
Yeah.
But do you see how they changed it? Exactly.
What's the name of that song?
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
Love You Better. Love You Better.
Yeah, Love You Better.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, I did not. And here's the thing though. I was sitting there listening to it, right? And I said, yo, this dude sounds like Pharrell. Singing on this. All these years, I did not know that was Pharrell. It just clicked to me when I was at work listening to it that I'm like, that sound like Pharrell. I looked at the credits. I said, yo, this dude's by the Neptunes. Love You Better. And it does not sound like a Neptunes beat though.
Nope. Not at all.
It does
not at all.
That's what you mean by Pharrell. Versatility.
Right.
Versatility. Like, okay, another recent example. When what's my dude's name? Dang. I can't. I'm having a brain fart right now, man. My dude from Clips, Tino, what's his name, man? Pusha T. Pusha T's album. His latest, Pusha T. Yeah. So his last album that came out, he had production done by Kanye and Pharrell on there. All them tracks first off, big up to both of those producers because both producers have been able to switch up their style, which in my opinion makes Kanye one of the top ones. But Pharrell, definitely a top quality producer. But particularly for Pharrell, his beats on there, it doesn't sound anything like the stuff that you heard before. It just shows you the type of quality of a producer he is. And so that's talent to me. If you can make something that you can't believe, that you take a second look back and you want to know who produced it, and you find out it's one of your producers you've been listening to all this time, but you never heard that a style like that from them, that's a top producer. That's a dope producer. That's the quality they have. That's the skill. Yeah.
Who produced Jagged Edge Hits?
That's Jermaine Dupri.
The hits. Mm-hmm. Jermaine Dupri
and
he's done
and Brian Cox.
Yeah, they've
Brian
done
Michael Cox.
They've done like a number of their stuff, man. I can't say they did all of their albums, but they've done a good number of their stuff.
They did most of those hits that we know them from. I guarantee it's Brian Michael Cox and Jermaine Dupri.
And that duo right there is another one too. Like Jermaine Dupri is nice, but of course he linked up with another producer that I think was able to elevate and take his sound a lot further in his production. But you see the different types of acts that they've been able to produce for.
Like, all right, so we got just kind of going through. Let's see. Hold on, I'm about to pull them up right now. Yeah, so Jermaine Dupri. I just pulled up all just like the hits, right? Like they had an album called The Hits. You got a couple of people, like a couple of other people. Let's see, somebody named Cheese. Promise was done by Jermaine Dupri. But see, I believe that's Brian Michael Cox as well, because Brian Michael Cox has a writing credit on this. I don't know if Jermaine Dupri just did the beat, and then Brian Michael Cox helped him write the song. But it says all instruments Brian Cox. So it co-producer Brian Michael Cox. So yeah, there you go. So
Trade It All and
hold up, I'm about to tell you right now. You said Trade It All?
Yeah, Trade It All and Where the Party At. Let's see. Where are you? Let's Get Married. Let's get married. Jermaine Dupri, Brian Michael Cox. Yeah, co-producer Brian Michael Cox. So he did Let's Get Married. Where the Party At? Jermaine Dupri, Brian Michael Cox, Brian Casey, which is the twins. Brian and Brandon, those two twins, they did the production on that. Where the Party At?
Yeah.
So yeah, Brian Michael Cox and Jermaine Dupri, they basically are the ones that really. But I do understand what you're saying there about the versatility. You know what I'm saying? This is a good producer talk, a good start of a producer talk, by the way.
Let me give Swizz his flowers though, because I did say there's some ones that stand out to me that I've heard that I didn't know it was him, but it showed the versatility that he has. Also, I just would like for him to display it more, or it just could be that I haven't listened to enough Swizz Beatz material, like Fancy from Drake. That's a Swizz Beatz track. Dr. Carl, I think on Lil Wayne's the Carter 3. That's a Swizz Beatz joint. I mean, that's a Swizz Beatz joint too. So I mean, he has versatility. Even the joint on his recent one that he did with the recent joint he did, there's some verse that he just came out with, the HipHop 50 joint. He has some joints on there that's got a lot of versatility as well on there. So yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but I would like to hear more of it, because I like that. I would just appreciate that more, and to be able to explore the whole resume of a producer and not hear like the same similar thing over and over and over again.
Well,
that's just me.
It's a lot of that going on right now, but we'll get into that another time, because I'm gonna save that for another producer talk. Because there's a lot of producers out here that y'all just going out there and just copying other producers, and it's just terrible. You're just not pushing the culture forward. But that's another subject for another time.
Hempstead Nights, silky slim with the pearly whites. Earned a rep being smooth with the ladies. Plus could fight, kept the knife in his inside coat pocket. 22 strap on his ankle as another option. Protege of Chocolate Tay and OG from around the way. Used to run numbers and push, yay, no Yeezy.
Subscribe for the very latest.